If you're a jiu-jitsu guy, you've probably heard of Count Koma or Mitsuyo Maeda. And then you've probably also heard of Jigoro Kano. Jigoro Kano is a founder of Judo. And this gentleman that we'll be looking at today is one of his students. His name is Mifune. Today's video, we're looking at the Newaza or ground fighting portion of Judo. And from the looks of it, it's pretty similar to modern day Jiu-Jitsu. So Katame Waza is pinning techniques. So we're going to be looking at how they hold the positions. Oh yeah, Keiso Gatame. I really like that one. So this one's really interesting. So look, Mifune's right arm, he has an underhook, but Uke's right arm is behind his back. So it's kind of like Keiso Gatame, but he actually, the other guy's arm has escaped. So I'm guessing that with his left hand, he's gonna have to hold the collar to keep Uke from sliding out toward his feet. So this is an interesting pin. I'm not sure I'd use this one myself, especially in a jiu-jitsu environment. But you know, if your goal is just to pin the guy down for 20 seconds, which is really all you have to do in judo, then I think that this would be fine. So it's an interesting one. This isn't one that I've really seen used very much, or possibly at all. Oh yeah, this we usually refer to this as the arm triangle. Jiu-jitsu guys do. So you want to get your elbow right on their neck to make a pinch, and you drop your chest to the floor and you flex your bicep and you can choke them. So you can use this as a pin too. And in my opinion, I really like having a position that puts pressure on my opponent, so that he's worried about getting submitted as well as trying to escape the position. So the more the more pressure you can put on, not just physical, pounds per square inch pressure, but you make him fight on two fronts: one, to escape the pin, and also to not get submitted. That's a very effective strategy right there. Hey, you got submitted. Good old north-south. All right, north-south. That's a tough position to escape. That's one that I have a lot of trouble with a lot of times, especially if guys just want to latch onto your gi and give you a lot of pressure and not really attack. I feel like it's kind of an underutilized position a lot of times, because maybe there's not as many submissions that people feel competent with from there. So what do you think? What's your most difficult position to escape? Let me know it down in the comments, and maybe I'll look up some videos and react to some cool escapes for you. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. That was cool. Did you see how he grabbed his hand after he stacked him? Get the hand pinned behind the back, so he can settle into side control there, and there's no way that he can get the underhook. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure how easy that would be to pull off live though, but still, I really like it. I guess nothing's easy unless you train it. All right, you see how his feet are kind of on the hips? He's got his heels over Uke's hips. I think that's really cool. It keeps him from driving up, driving toward his head. And you can keep a lot of pressure on his chest that way. And then when you're ready to go to high mount, you can slide it. And keeping your feet on the hips like that prevents a trap and roll. Pretty cool. Okay, I like that one. All right, I'll back up just a little bit. In the finals of the Judo Nationals, my opponent missed a throw. I was exhausted. We were in golden score, first point wins. And so this is what I went to. I just hugged his arm, except I put grapevines in on both sides and just flattened them out. Just got real heavy and got my, my Yuko to end the match. So it was, this is a very effective pin. It's quite hard to escape. So something you might be noticing here is they're not really playing a lot of guard. The pinning in judo is probably the reason, because if you can get somebody onto their back, you can pin them and win. So it's going to look a little bit more like wrestling. He went out the back door. The other guy's hips are kind of high. I'm sure they have a reason for doing it because he's some of the top guys at the time. Sometimes it seems to me a little difficult to. Oh, that's cool. He's going for a leg lock. Sweet. It's a little unusual by today's standards, but cool thing is, hey, you could attack the feet in judo back then. Okay. My personal opinion on illegal techniques. If the sport makes a technique illegal, what happens is all the practitioners lose their ability to defend against it unless they're cross-training in another sport. When judo took leg grabs out of the game, it kept wrestlers from coming in and dominating white belt divisions, but the next generation of judoka didn't have a good sprawl. At some point they took leg locks out. If I had to take a guess, they probably took them out before judo made it to Brazil. But now we're seeing a resurgence of leg locks, and that's good. We want the complete game. So guys, please, please, please don't make things illegal. I mean, obviously poking the eyes, let's keep that illegal, but you know what I mean. The more good, solid, usable, safe techniques that you take out of the game, you just take away people's ability to use them and defend against them. Shimewaza. These are choking techniques. Well, that one hasn't changed much. They still, get high on the mount, get your grips, put your head down. Looks like he pushed the hips away on that. Ooh. These don't look like they've really changed much since then. They're still taught the same way. Okay, we don't usually teach that off a karate block, but the finish is still, it's got that I am not really sure what we just saw there. Did he just scissor the head with his feet? We're gonna have to watch that again. No, I think he had the collar. I think there's a collar under there. All right. If you understand that choke, if you know what just happened, comment down below if you have a link to an instructional on that. I would love to see it, because that one to me just looked bizarre, and I don't like not understanding the way that something works. So if you know, pop a link down there in the description. If you're good at explaining it, type it out. I'd love to know how that one worked. Is that a guillotine? Oh, he had the collar. That's more like a loop choke, I guess. Main thing that stands out, he's not putting his hooks in. So I wonder when that became a popular practice. So there we saw some pretty cool subs, some that were classic, some that were a little bit unusual. Hopefully you saw something there that you like, maybe something new. But speaking of subs, make sure you sub to this channel so when more reacts come out that you don't miss a single one. Now let's move on to Kansetsu Waza, which is joint locks. All right, standard Americana, that's nice. Still taught pretty much that way. Usually not taught from the bottom. I've seen it done. That one's cool too. Usually people will roll over and, you know, give up side control to save their arm. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, I like that. So he's on the back. He's got a body triangle, you know, but around the upper body, and it looks like he's pulling the Americana back. Now I've done something similar where when I've got my hooks in and my opponent is shimmying down toward his feet, and I'm too high and I can't keep my hooks. I'll put one in his armpit and the other one just comes across and pins it there, and then you can pull the arm back for Americana. So I like this one. I like that a lot. Sweet. So I'm noticing he's showing a lot of arm locks out of the triangle, but in the Shimewaza portion, did we even see the triangle? Obviously he knows it. Obviously he uses it a lot if he's going to have 100 variations of the armbar off of it. But anyway, maybe that just got lost in post-production when they made the documentary. Ashigarami, that's one that is making a comeback now. Nice. That's pretty cool. I've done something like that to get out of a Darce choke, but I like that. I think it's not easy though. None of it's easy. We saw some pretty interesting techniques there. Some were a little bit unusual and might be kind of hard to hit. But hey, you know what's not hard to hit? Is that like button. So go ahead and give me some heavy chest pressure right down there on that like button. That really helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking a little trip back into the past of judo with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.